Hello students of standard 8. Now we will start pressure exerted by liquids, or also it is called liquid pressure. To explain this, I shall tell you one activity. All of you look at this activity. For this you will take a glass tube about 10 cm long and 3 cm wide. Open at both ends. A thin rubber balloon, a string and water you will take. What is the procedure? Tie the balloon at the one end of the tube and fasten it with a string. Fasten means a tie. Tie it with a string. Fill approximately half of the water inside the tube. Once again I am saying you. Now fill approximately half the tube with water. The balloon now start bulging. If you will pour some more water into the tube, you will see that this increases the bulge. I mean, if the height of the liquid column will more, then bulging becomes more. If the height of liquid column is less, bulging is less. So what we conclude from this activity? We concluded that the pressure exerted by liquids is directly proportional to the height of liquid column. This means more is the height of liquid column, more is the pressure exerted by liquids, and vice versa. Now all of you look at one more activity, that is for lateral pressure. Lateral pressure means the pressure exerted by fluids. What is fluids? Which is the liquid and gas which can flow is called fluids. The pressure exerted by fluids on the side of its vessel is called lateral pressure. Now to show this lateral pressure, this activity I shall explain. So for this you will take a metallic cylinder having one end is sealed and one end is open. Now take a small pipe and connected to this, make a hole and connect to the pipe here. Then take a balloon and tie the balloon with this pipe. Now pour some water into the metallic cylinder. When water is poured into the metallic cylinder, we will see that the balloon start bulging. If more water is poured, the balloon again bulging more. I mean bulging increases. Thus we observed from this experiment or activity, the balloon start bulging and the bulge increases with increases in the level of water. If the level of water is more, then bulging is more. So what we conclude from this experiment? Liquid exert pressure on the side of the container. This pressure is called lateral pressure. So from these two activity, we concluded that the pressure exerted by liquids on the base as well as the side of the container. I mean it transmitted all the directions. Now after that I shall tell you about the Pascal's law. Before going to show the Pascal's law, now I am saying you manometer, because we know that if the pressure exerted by liquids is measured, what is that instrument? A manometer is a device used to measure the pressure exerted by liquids. Once again I am saying you, a manometer is a device used to measure the pressure exerted by liquids. So what is a manometer and what is its construction? All of you look at this diagram. Here it is a wooden board and a scale is fixed on the wooden board. Here it is a wooden board and a scale is fixed on the wooden board, and it is a U-tube. A manometer is a device used to measure the pressure exerted by liquids. It can be constructed by fixing U-tube or U-shaped glass tube open at both the ends. These both ends are first open. This is the arm A and this is arm B. Now one end of the tube, that is arm A is connected to a container having a liquid whose pressure is to be measured. I mean this is a rubber pipe, this is a thistle funnel. This side the container is connected. Whose pressure is means the container having a liquid whose pressure we have to measure. This side is open. After that the pressure of the liquids is determined from the difference between the reading of the two scales. Because suppose it is, for example, it is 10 centimeter. For example, it is now 2 centimeter. Now the difference. So similarly, the difference, the pressure of the liquid is determined from the difference in the reading of the two scales. Understood? This is one reading and this is one more reading. Arm A and arm B. Then the difference between these two readings will give you the liquid pressure or pressure exerted by liquids. Now I shall tell you characteristics of liquid pressure. Remember, here 5 characteristics are given. So one by one I am discussing. There are 5 characteristics given here. Number 1, liquid exert pressure on the walls of the container. Already I told you in this activity, liquid exert pressure in the walls of the container and sides of the container, that is the lateral pressure. Then number 2 characteristics, the pressure exerted by the liquids is directly proportional to the density. If more is the density, more is the pressure exerted by liquids. I mean P is directly proportional to D. D for density, P is the liquid pressure. For example, I am saying you, the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. The density of mercury is 13.6 gram per centimeter cube. So you will see that the pressure exerted by liquid is directly proportional to the density. This means, so whose density is more? Mercury density is more, the density of mercury is more. This means more is the density of liquids, greater is the pressure. Thus, you can say that the pressure exerted by mercury is more than the pressure exerted by water. Similarly, if we will compare water and kerosene, the pressure exerted by the water is more than the pressure exerted by the kerosene. As you know that the density of water is more than that of kerosene. This is the characteristic number 2. Now characteristic number 3. Pressure exerted by liquid increases with depth. In the first activity already I told you. So more is the depth, more is the liquid pressure or pressure exerted by the liquids. So this means pressure exerted by the liquid is directly proportional to the depth of the, depth. A liquid depth of water column or depth of liquid column. A liquid exerts, fourth point, a liquid exerts the same pressure in all directions at all points lying at given depth inside of the liquids. This means it exerts the pressure in all directions. There also I told you, it exerts pressure in sideways, it exerts pressure in base. This means it exerts pressure in all the directions. Suppose once I am saying you, if you look at this diagram, suppose if you pour water and here one hole I shall make, here one hole I shall make, here one hole I shall make, you will see that water comes out all the holes equally. Equally speed water comes out from all the holes. Then last point, last characteristics of liquid pressure. Liquid seeks their own level regardless of its shape and cross-sectional area of their vessels. It is the most important point. It is a very common phenomena. Everybody know. So liquid seeks their own level regardless of the shape or cross-sectional area of the vessel. Whatever the cross-sectional area or whatever the shape and size of the container, liquid always seeks their own level. So this is all about the characteristics of liquid pressure. All of you understood? Okay, thank you all.